What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Today we're going to be taking it back to our last seasonal weapon from Season of the Seraph in Fire and Forget, saving the best for last in my opinion with a Stasis heavy linear fusion rifle. This thing absolutely destroys in DPS in my personal opinion, especially if you're pairing it with a Stasis build, giving it Phantom Might on top of the rolls that I'm going to give you guys for PvE, and in PvE definitely holds its own as well. So starting out right here with the PvP realm for this Fire and Forget, we're going to be running that stability for the 3-round burst because it is very bouncy in my personal opinion. So stacking this thing out for stability helps a lot inside of the Crucible. Now for our barrels, we're going to go with small bore in my personal opinion, giving us that range and stability, allowing us to have that 52 range, 61 stability. Just felt like the best, so you can really take some of those longer shots without that thing bouncing straight up to the moon. Now on top of that, for our battery over here, we're going to use projection fuse, which gives us some nice increased range, which once again, like I said, for that PvE realm, helps you take those shots where you're further back on the map, dealing with everyone standing behind shields, standing in rifts with pulsed rifles and scout rifles. So definitely want that range built out to the 50s for sure. Now on top of that, where the extended and enhanced perks come into play, we're using rangefinder, so when we are aiming this weapon, we get that effective range and zoom magnification, plus it gives us some help to handling, so we can switch on and off of this a little bit faster. So this definitely, you can take notice, like I said again, for those longer range fights where you pick up heavy and you got to deal with someone crouching and bobbing and weaving behind a shield. This really helps out with that stability and gives us that nice boost to range. And last but not least, we're going to be using high impact reserves, so rounds at the end of the magazine deal more damage. Plus, since this is the enhanced version, we have improved damage that starts a little bit earlier, allowing us to have this in the Crucible dealing a little bit more damage. Not that it matters since it's a heavy really anyways, but you can absolutely annihilate Guardians in their supers with that high impact reserves, absolutely tear through a Titan shield and get a defeat on the other side with that triple burst with high impact reserves. So it is a very fun role to be using. Not that I think I wouldn't use a single burst in something like Cataclysmic, whatever it may be for the Crucible, but this as a triple shot, you have the potential to wreak some havoc within the PvP realm. Next off right here, moving on to the God Roll PvE side, where this thing truly shines and does out damage a lot of weapons with the field prep Vorpal that I have on it, but we will go over that. So first off, we're going to be using the reload intrinsic right here to give us that 32 reload, so we can really put that DPS downfield on those bosses and champions. Like I said, pairing it with Stasis, absolutely wonderful. Now for our barrels, we're going to go with small bore to give us that range and stability, because with this triple shot, like I said in PvP, definitely want that higher stability because it does bounce quite a bit having that triple shot, just like we do with the arc from Duality. Now when we move on to our battery, definitely need liquid coils on here. Slightly slower charge time, but it gives us that nice plus 10 to impact, so we can do more DPS with this weapon. Now when we move on to our enhanced perks for PvE over here, we do have a couple options in my opinion. If you're going strictly for DPS, we can go with field prep right here. Grants ammo reserves, improved faster reload, stow and ready while crouching, so when we're doing DPS on bosses, you can crouch in that well and you get probably what is the fastest reload in the game for something like this in PvE. Now on top of that, we're going to be using Vorpal weapon, which really kind of contributes to that faster reload and DPS, so we do more damage on supers, bosses, guardians, vehicles, everything like that. So this is my 5 out of 5 God roll with Field Prep and Vorpal, but we do have the option to throw on Kill Clip, and in my opinion, Headstone is a nasty combination right here. You could still go with Field Prep or Outlaw in this third column, but Headstone getting those Stasis crystals to spawn in Chill Clip on bosses and damage with the top half of the magazine causing those slows, plus it gives us increase to stability, might be the go-to with Stasis synergy, but you do have to have a bunch of freezing going on, so maybe a little bit more of ad clear and dealing with lower end strikes, maybe not GMs, but we will have to do some little bit more testing with this with Chill Clip and see if it stacks. But for now, my go-to with PvE is definitely the Vorpal roll with a Field Prep right here. So hopefully this helped you guys out. Grind this and get your 5 red borders so you can craft a DPS machine with Stasis and just in general for Linear Fusions right here with the Fire and Forget. So thank you guys again for that support. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.